Okay, I'm back for more. Note to this electrical company, LA Electrical, whatever the hell they call themselves. Put the terminal for the thing for power on this alternator on the other side. It is the wire, the cable from the battery that's dragging the unit sideways and not allowing me to just put it in place. When it's in place, the electrical connection is almost at like 9 o'clock if you were looking at the alternator from the back. It should be at like 3 o'clock where the alternator would be allowed to turn in place. It's the electrical wire here that's got it and won't really let it weasel forward in place. The second you try to roll it over, you're hitting other stuff, but it's pulling on that electrical wire and it won't let it roll into place. So change your design. Your design is crap. I'm just gonna have to keep wrestling with it until I get it on. I'll start the video again when I do, just because there's gonna be a lot of swearing and cursing and damning people's mortal souls until I get this in place. And this is what I had with the first time around, and we'll see you in a bit. Okay, so I'm having trouble getting this in place, and the biggest problem is the bottom blade here is getting caught and not coming up. I don't know if I'm going to be able to show this to you or not, but there's an inner ring of metal around the dampeners. That edge right above my finger, right there. At the bottom, the blades on the alternator are not getting up high enough, and there it is. Right there, you can kind of see the edge of it. I have the light right on it. It's catching that bottom blade, and it won't come up enough to go inside the shape. It looks like they're the same size, the appropriate size. It's just really tough to get that high enough to get in there because of everything else pushing on it. And again, once I roll that bolt pattern down to there, okay, I lose the angle. I'm out there. I'm pushed way out the bottom. So I'm gonna keep fighting with it. We'll see how it goes. It's gonna go in there one way or another. All right. Okay, so I wanted to know what that knocking was back there. It's this bolt pattern is hitting the engine case. When I try to roll the alternator over to be in the proper position, that's hitting the case, and you probably can't see because it's way too dark down in there. It's hitting the case right on that edge, and you can see all the scratching that it's doing. So you folks who are making these alternators, that's a problem. That's putting all sorts of scars on my engine case. There they are. There they are. And you see it's just banging against the case. And it's banging against the alternator. You can see the alternator has scratches on it there already. So, not good. These people need to be more mindful that their unit is bigger than the original. Oh yeah, I want you guys to have a look at it. That's what it's doing to the inside of my engine case. Okay? It will not roll into place. It is scratching the shit out of my engine, and I'm starting to get angry. That's all fresh. That's all from this alternator. Because this bolt here is hitting the engine there, and it's not letting the alternator turn into place. This alternator may in fact be too big for this bike. I checked the ad. That's what they say fits. Clearly it doesn't fit well. You shouldn't have to damage your vehicle to put a part in it. So I'm getting kind of pissy, and I'm going to try it for a little bit longer before I pull this out, put the factory back in it again, and start boxing this thing up to go back to where it came from, because this isn't good. I don't like that at all. I mean, yeah, it's an aluminum cast engine, so it's not going to rust, but I'm still just not happy. Alright guys, we'll see you in a bit. Okay, pretty sure I got it now. So, I'm not taking it back out to show you guys. To get the alternator in place, I had to have it rolled about 45% of the way past where it would have turned and lined up. So, clockwise, I had to insert it instead of being like at 12 o'clock up and down, not at 3 o'clock, but more at like more at 3 o'clock, I guess. Almost turned a quarter of the way around, push it in there, and now I can get it in place. I hope it's starting to push down. You can pull this down with the bolt. It does have the sleeve guide here that puts up a little bit of a fight. It does feel like it's in the dampeners, and it is going down slowly. Rubber coated tool handle. Try to push it where I can, top and bottom. Try to get it in there as evenly as possible. So you don't split that O-ring. Gouge it. I don't want to just suck it down with the bolts, even though you could. Just because obviously the one bolt is already in trouble. There's no point making the other two worse. We're going to have to go with it from there. So we're going to grab those. We're going to lock this thing down. We're going to test the bike. We're going to read the voltmeter. And then we're going to move on. So, I'm going to find that partially stripped bolt first. That appears to be this guy, and I'm going to put him here, actually. I've got the best access to replacing it. I'll just look up its size, order a new one. And speed wrench that down. That's going to pull the alternator most of the way in. The lower bolt through the sleeve guide, which I'm fully on, so I'm not too worried about that, or I wasn't too worried about that. And the top one is actually more closed than the bottom. Make sure my wrench is running the right way. Having to press my finger against the bolt head because the ratcheting wrench wasn't actually tightening it. It was, oh man, what happened there? There we go. So we got two of the bolts down, and the end in there, twisted and funny, but in now before I tighten those other two all the way down. Again, there's not a lot of clearance in these things. It's a shame. It would be much nicer if there was, but so like a lot of this you have to do blind. You can't really see what you're doing. You just got to do it all by touch. Let's see if I can get the thread down. Clearly you don't get nice full turns out of your wrenches and ratchets. You see that middle bolt pattern has already pulled itself shut. Let me get the top snug. I'm not going to tighten it crazy yet. Go back down to the bottom and snug this up, which this guy's still like finger loose. And snug. Go ahead and snug the middle guy. We're going to tighten up. good. Good. Alright. In theory, engine should run. I should be good enough to start the bike. Put my little overflows back behind here, which they don't fit. But let's find out if the bike is outputting and see what we got for voltage. Really quick, I don't know if you guys can see that. It doesn't look like you can, but 14 volts. Wow, that meter is just pegged out, which I'll take that. Okay, we definitely have output. So that's it for there. Might as well bust out the... I'm going to stop this video here, and then we'll start a new one for the other things that we're going to get into. Thanks for watching. This was not fun. If you're going to go with the larger alternator, when you put it back in, make sure you over-rotate it clockwise, stick it in the hole, and then you'll clear that frame bolt from the actual body of the alternator on the ribs that are molded into your engine case. So once you figure out, you've got to really have it twisted over. It's pulling on the electrical wire, so it's twisting it out of shape. You can't see my hands, but you can see my hands over there. It's twisting it out of shape, so you got to over-roll it clockwise, stuff it in there, and then just kind of fight the wire until you spin into the right position. Then it goes in and you're good to go. 14 volts should be plenty to have my beast running normally. I will say this while we're here, and I'm going to move this camera. This supposedly is a 6-gallon fuel tank. I don't think so. I can't put 6 gallons of fluid in something this size. It's from about here to here, and it is pretty wide. But when I gas up, I don't usually go all the way to empty, but I'm always thinking I'm only carrying about 4.5 gallons of gas. Just by what the pump puts in it, what the gauge says it's got in it, and I don't really fill up the throat of the opening, the fill opening, but this really is not as big as you would think a 6-gallon gas tank looks like. So that's it for right now. I'm going to go ahead and start getting set up. I'm going to get all my dust off here before I close all this up and get rid of this tape. I'm going to go ahead and start getting ready to take the body panels apart, get the seat off of it, because to change the fuel filter, you could probably do it through the gas cap hole, but to change the air filter, you have to take the entire shelter. And I'm going to move you around a little bit here if I can. You have to take the entire shelter off the top of the bike to get to the air filter, which is underneath basically your part of your stereo, but more just the ornamental plaque that's up there. It's kind of all in that area. So the whole top of the bike has to come off. I'm going to try to do it without removing my pockets and, you know, the dash panel, or the lower part of the lower dashboard, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to see if I can get in there without that, or with it still in place. But we're going to take a shot at it. I'll see you soon. Thanks for watching. Safe riding. And we'll be back.